What's up, y'all? It's Drumr828. So I recently watched the Alex Jones Charlie Sheen interview, and wow. I mean, to me, it was painfully obvious that Sheen was high on cocaine for the entire interview. It was honestly hilarious, but it was also disgusting because of how much Alex Jones just kissed his ass. I mean, to me, this footage shows me that Sheen's ego is absolutely out of control. And, my first warning was just the very first opening of the entire interview. It starts off with Jones calling out to Sheen using the call sign Almighty.
Almighty, Almighty, this is PBR Street Gang. Do you copy? Over.
PBR Street Gang, this is Almighty, Almighty. I copy, over.
Well, Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, so the interview gets going, and, once Jones has Sheen's full attention, he gets right down to those stories that, really matter.
What is going on with the women in your life?
The goddesses. Alex, the goddesses. Let me just say this about the goddesses.
Major League 3, your other two were giant hits, and I knew the inside baseball of some of the planning for that. You told me about it a while back, but now it looks like it's really starting to come together. Tell us about when we're going to be looking for Major League 3 and who's going to be in it.
Whatever. I agreed to do it. There's one deal point that Jim Robinson, a wonderful man, and Morgan Creek, a great company, need to work out. If they want me in it, it's a smash. If they don't, it's a turd that opens on a tugboat.
Oh, boy, I tell you, because the word in the news is, all over the LA Times, New York Times, is that it's a done deal. You're in it, and it's coming.
Wow. Well, I didn't get that text yet,
Well, as we know, the mainstream media gets a lot of things wrong, Charlie. Side issue, are you going to announce your new tattoo here on air?
Yeah, why not? Because it's just pure and complete gnarlyisms. Yeah, I sat with two, coincidence, F-18 Top Gun radical fire napalm dropping pilots in my movie theater watching the attack sequence, the chopper attack sequence on the beachhead to go surfing because they wanted to, and those people were in their way. And I was getting a tattoo during the death from above, and it was it's the banner from the death card that Kilgore is throwing on his victims. But there's also falling from it is the apple from the giving tree. There's my life. Deal with it. Oh wait, can't process it. Losers winning. Bye-bye.
Alright, anyway, there was other way more important things to talk about than just that. For example, Sheen shared with us his illogical philosophy on love and hate.
My motto now is you either love or you hate, and you must do so violently. And the reason you must hate violently is because, and you have to hate everybody that's not in your family, because they're there to destroy your family. And they will come at you in all forms and shapes. And therefore, there's nothing in the middle. I don't live in the middle anymore. That's where you get slaughtered. That's where you get embarrassed in front of the prom queen.
And I also found it really funny that over and over again throughout the entire thing, Alex Jones felt the need to assure the audience that Sheen was completely clean, even though he was obviously high on cocaine the entire time.
Absolutely, Charlie. It was good to see you a few weeks ago at your home. You are looking great, and you're completely clean, aren't you?
100%. Here's your first pee test. Next one goes in your mouth. No, you won't get high. It's all good. It's all good, guys. Quit panicking. Quit panicking. No panic, no judgment.
And you're working out even a couple times a day sometimes. Well, Charlie, I've known you for six and a half years or so, and I knew you when you were completely clean, and then I've known you since. But the point is now, I've never seen you, when I was out at your house and talked to you on the phone, so energized as you are now. Because when I was there 2 weeks ago at your house, you looked great, totally clean. You were working out super hard. Well, Charlie, I'm just glad that you are clean. And so you're saying never again, totally committed, this is it.
Right now it is. I don't know, man.
I wanted to talk about AA because, when I was at your house, I said, man, great job being completely sober and, how important it was.
But I can't use the word sober because that's a term from those people, and I have cleansed myself. I closed my eyes, and in a nanosecond, I cured myself from this ridiculous model of disease and addiction and obsession. It's just the work of sissies. The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning. No, but I dare anyone to debate me on things. Debate me on AA right now. I have a disease? Bullshit. I cured it with my brain, with my mind. I'm cured. I'm done. Well, we all have to sit in here and touch ourselves and frown. Well, you know, you don't look like you're having a lot of fun. I'm going to hang out with these two smoking hotties and fly privately around the world. You know, it might be lonely up here, but I sure like the view, Alex. And do you remember that bald fool, Lenny, that came in with his therapy and his voodoo, and he tried to judge me? He said I was too excited. The only thing I got excited about was catching the last drop of blood just before his beheaded, silly dome made contact with my beautiful wooden floor in my home in front of my children.
I tell you.
Interestingly enough, Sheen brought up past accusations that he and Jones both worked for the Vatican. They joked about the accusations here and there, but they made so many fond references to the whole Vatican assassin thing that, I don't know, it was enough to make my ears perk up at least.
But it's just not. I'm not fair game. I'm not a soft target. It's over. There's a new sheriff in town, and he has an army of assassins. Oh, we must speak of the Vatican assassins. Yes. I don't read anything after it comes out because I will not waste my precious time on such ridiculous nonsense. But I understand, according to you, that there was a lot of curiosity about the Vatican assassin. And I'm like, guys, it's right there in the thing. Duh, we work for the Pope. We murder people. We're Vatican assassins. How complicated can it be?
Oh, my gosh.
What they're not ready for is guys like you and I and Nails and all the other gnarlingtons in my life, that we are high priest, Vatican assassin warlocks. Boom. Print that, people. Let's see where that goes.
Oh, man, I tell you, Charlie, you, and of course, we can tell the inside baseball. It's kind of a sick joke for me. One of my sickest forms of entertainment is people that make stuff up about me, just the pure baloney. And one time I was at your house and I was showing him stuff where they're claiming that we work for the Pope and stuff, and me and Charlie are Vatican assassins. So that's kind of the roots of that for the media. And Charlie called the great San Francisco Giants closer when he was visiting his house. Somebody
Brian
who's...
Wilson.
Yeah,
Brian Wilson.
Brian Wilson. Hey, what was the full quote? You called him, just awesome Vatican assassin.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, because he's nothing shy of that, and it is his job to go out there and embarrass people, embarrass them, not just beat them, but embarrass them in the process. And he's as radical as you think he might be.
Now,
and if he chooses to do so, he will stop your heart, and he will behead you.
And all in service to the Pope.
Absolutely. That's what we do. That's what we do. And people say, oh, you're going to work through your resentments. Yeah, no, I'm going to hang on to them, and they're going to fuel my attack. And they're going to fuel the battle cry of my deadly and dangerous secret and silent soldiers, because they're all around you. Anyway, thought you were just messing with one dude. Sorry. Winning.
Well, Charlie.
And then, Alex, try to get your mind around this as a fellow warrior. Deep in the trenches.
Then we're going to bring up a mutual friend and another.
Awesome. Another Vatican assassin. This guy's got more notches on his belt than, I don't know who, Black Bart,
So
Dan Patrick, one of my favorite people alive. He's an absolute ninja warrior, Vatican assassin. Borderline warlock. It's...
Now, Charlie, I know that I made the joke that time about the Vatican assassins with you, and you don't care if people run with it and them saying we're warlocks. I understand that's a funny joke to you, but they'll take it serious.
I just found it strange how much focus they themselves gave the accusation. Now, do I actually think Charlie Sheen is a Vatican assassin? No. But his family does have very strong ties to the Catholic Church. Charlie adopted his last name, Sheen, after his father's stage name, Martin Sheen. His father adopted the stage name Sheen in honor of the famous Bishop J. Fulton Sheen. He was known for his Catholic televangelist show in the 1950s. So, while I don't think he's a full-blown assassin, he is a full-blown asshole. I mean, Charlie's ego is out of control, and this interview demonstrates how Sheen surrounds himself with people that just stroke his ego.
Let me tell you what they're saying, Charlie, and again, these are tabloid sites, which is probably not true. They're saying they're going to have the show without you. That's like having the sunrise without the sun. I mean, you have become an archetype of almost like Bacchus or something. That's the Roman wine god.
Terribly flattered. Keep going. Keep going. Keep talking about me like this. People need to hear this, man.
Man, I tell you, Charlie, I was always amazed by your knowledge of history and interesting things, but
I'm sorry, man. I got magic and I got poetry at my fingertips, and I'm, at most of the time, and this is, this includes naps. I'm an F-18, bro, and I will destroy you in the air, and I will deploy my ordnance to the ground.
See, the thing about you, Charlie, is
Yes?
people do not realize how brilliant you are. And by the way,
Oh, you're too kind, but you speak the truth.
I'm not a guy that gets on his knees, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean.
I got you, bro. Neither am I. I think you know what I mean.
But what I'm saying is, I like to be around people I can learn something from. Okay. And if I can't learn something every day, then it's kind of a lost day. With
Very
Charlie,
well said, my man. Very well said, Len. Very well said.
But I'll tell you what's better said is, every day I'm with Charlie, he continues to set new marks. Meaning, I keep saying there's got to be three of you. There has to be, but there's not. There's one of them.
of the giant pantheon of Hollywood stars and TV stars, why are you the one that the media obsesses on more than really anybody I've ever seen? I mean, it's like, it's crazy. I mean, it's just Charlie Sheen, Charlie Sheen, Charlie Sheen, Charlie Sheen.
I don't know, man. I guess I'm just that goddamn bitchin' and interesting.
They want what he has, man.
Yeah, there you go. And they can't process it, Len. They can't process it, so they're baffled, and they must write their silly words and come at me from a place of opinion and judgment. Yeah. That's why Brando says, Willard, have you ever considered, being free from the opinions of others, from the opinions of yourself? I think today is a perfect example of just that.
It's interesting, Alex tries to portray Sheen as this fiery patriot, when in reality Sheen carries himself more like what Alex would call an elitist.
My phone.
Well, let me ask you this: Who have you ever referred to in the past as a tarot card?
You.
Thank you. I'll take it. I'm worth it.
Well, I think you have basically taken over the news cycle for the next week here on this broadcast.
Great. Let's talk about something exciting. Me. Not all this other boring garbage crap,
Man, Charlie, obviously this is going to bring a lot of attention to Infowars.com and PrisonPundit.com.
No way. They're going to ignore this. Come on. It'll be as though it never even happened.
Yeah, I'm actually scanning the news, Charlie. This interview.
Are we going viral?
I would call it not supernova, about 1 trillion times bigger. It's as if the entire universe of media is exploding right now.
Wow, well, that's, I'm just giving them what I guess they want. I just don't know if they can handle it. Pussies.
The truth always works.
I mean, does anybody else think it's slightly odd that Alex Jones thinks that Sheen's narcissistic rants are cute and funny?
Well, I think it was Nails that said, and I was really, really flattered because he got it right, that I'm not, he might be Nails, but I'm freaking bayonets, I am battle-tested bayonets, bro, and I'm tired. I'm so tired of pretending like my life isn't perfect and bitching and just winning every second, and I'm not perfect and bitching and just delivering the goods at every freaking turn, because look what I'm dealing with, man. I'm dealing with fools and trolls, I'm dealing with soft targets, and it's just... it's just strafing runs in my underwear before my first cup of coffee because I don't have time for these clowns. I don't have time for their judgment and their stupidity. And, they lay down with their ugly wives in front of their ugly children and just look at their loser lives. And then they look at me and they say, I can't process it. Well, no, and you never will. Stop trying. Just sit back and enjoy the show.
Wow, I am speechless. Later we're going to get into Apocalypse Now, but
this to me is only further proof that Alex Jones is simply an opportunist, only interested in advancing his own career. But anyway, that's all I got to say about the whole thing. My point of view on the Alex Jones, Charlie Sheen fiasco, interview. Y'all have a good night. Peace.
I am my own man. I make a decision that day, and within inside the moments, and I live with them, good or bad. They're mostly good, though. I'm gonna hang out with these two smoking hotties.